So that's the take coming in on what the market could largely shape up to be like today. Just taking a look at what's holding up in the pre-open right now, you only have a bunch of names like Indus Towers that are doing well, of course, on the back of this Vodafone news idea. I want to see what Vodafone is doing right now. If it's still showing that gain of 10% plus, it's BHEL that is seeing some uptick after that 10% cut that the stock saw yesterday. 2.5% higher for BHEL in the pre-open. So that is also a stock that we are going to be watching out for very closely today. Transformers and rectifiers too from that same category of stocks after seeing a cut yesterday is up about 3%. Signature Global seeing some momentum back. Petronet LNG, Newland Labs, Schneider Electric from the same cap goods basket also doing well. But yes, these are the pre-open, the market open rates that are now on the screen, and let's see where Nifty has opened up this morning. Absolutely flat, 25,870 is where we've opened on the Nifty. We're trying to claw back to the green. Nifty Bank is also absolutely flat, but under that 60,000 mark for now. It's ONGC that's perking up fast in a trade right now, about 2% uptick over there. HCL Tech, BEL, Power Grid doing well. HUL on the tax demand news is slightly lower with Adani Ports and Trent. Let's start looking at the big newsmakers today. First up, want to see what Vodafone Idea is doing on the back of this clarification that's coming from the DOT in terms of their timeline of their AGR dues repayment. It's simmered down from that pre-open rate, but nonetheless, a 5.5% uptick on Vodafone Idea this morning. IEX, then let's see what the stock is doing before the market coupling case is heard in the court today at 10:30. Continues to show resilience as of now, a 1% uptick on IEX. Elecon Engineering, the numbers came post-markets yesterday. Looks like a weak set because the consolidated PAT was down 33% and there's been significant margin erosion as well. And look at the stock price, it's taking a beating of 11% this morning, reflecting how weak the Q3 numbers have been. On to some order wins. Astra Micro, their joint venture, has bagged an order worth 275 crore rupees from the Indian Air Force. Astra Micro not doing all that much. RVNL, an order win from East Coast Railway of 201 crore rupees. So RVNL also about 1% higher. BEL has bagged orders worth 596 crore rupees for drone detection and some other services. BEL doing well, 1.5% uptick. BHEL, after the cut we saw yesterday, there's another positive news flow where they've received a major domestic order worth 5,400 crore rupees. BHEL holding up well today. Power Grid declared the successful bidder to establish an interstate transmission system for 3 gigawatts of renewable energy in Karnataka. Power Grid also 1% higher. Let's talk about Fusion Finance. They've successfully completed their 800 crore rights issue, receiving 99% of the final call money, but that stock not indicating that kind of excitement. Want to see what some of these air purifier makers are doing. The likes of Eureka Forbes, Blue Star, Volt asked if any pressure at all on that front, because the centre has informed the Delhi High Court that it could not judicially intervene to reclassify air purifiers as medical devices or to lower the GST rates, but those stocks are resilient as of now. The lock-in period has opened for two names, Nephrocare, wherein 2% equity has come out of lock-in. So we'll have that stock for you on the screen. That's Nephrocare. And Bansal Wire, 20% equity coming out of lock-in. So Nephrocare is indicating that kind of a negativity, but Bansal Wire, yes, it's a 20% chunk coming out of lock-in, and 2.5% lower is where that stock is this morning. So those were some of the news makers right now. Let's see what else is buzzing in the market. It's Indus Towers now. 5% uptick on that one. This Vodafone news seems to be rubbing off positively on Indus Towers too. Petronet, Signature Global, Mascow Dock, Nalco, Garden Reach. So once again, it's a bunch of these shipbuilding stocks that are shaping up to do very well this morning. Elecon Engineering, the cuts are intensifying, 12.5% lower now. Hexaware, GE Vernova, Niva Bupa, some of the insurance names are the top losers. Harsh, anything else standing out to you?
Well, the market's standing out to me, in fact. So it's looking really resilient. Niva Bupa down 3%, but you've seen the kind of rally on the stock over the last couple of days. So that 3% cut may just be justified. PSU Bank's up 0.7%, and within that pack as well, you're seeing some decent names. Indian Bank, Union Bank, Bank of Maharashtra, all 1% plus higher. Even a Can Bank chipping in and contributing. SBI also doing fairly well for itself. The Nifty Auto up around 1/3% thereabouts, but really what's standing out is the Nifty IT and the Nifty India Defence Index. The Nifty India Defence Index is up 1.25%. By the way, we also had news coming in from the Economic Times suggesting that India and Germany are on the verge of an $8 billion submarine agreement. And on the back of that, I wonder what a Mascon Dock, what a Cochin ship, what some of these names, the Indian makers or manufacturers are doing. There you go, 2.5% higher on a Mazagon Dock. A Cochin ship also up 2% odd. So you're seeing some bit of traction where defense is concerned. Astra Micro was the other one which won orders. GRSE doing well as well, 2.25% higher. So that's a theme which seems to be doing well in trade today. In terms of the key losers, well, the Nifty Realty and the Nifty Media are the key losers today, 0.5% lower on the Nifty Realty index. FMCG also absolutely flat, but PSU banks up 0.5%, metals doing okay, 1/3% higher. It's all looking slightly better, slightly rosier than yesterday. I also wonder what's happening with the breadth. If we can pull that up, that will also give us a perspective on how broader markets are playing out. The Nifty mid cap, the Nifty small cap as well seem to be doing fairly well for themselves in trade today. Around 1/3% higher. Well, the Nifty small cap absolutely flat, maybe slight negative bias, but the Nifty mid cap obviously holding on to some of those gains, 0.5% higher on the Nifty mid cap 50 index. So that's doing well. In terms of the breadth on the Nifty 500 in particular, it's even Steven. Not altogether bad it seems, but GVTND has taken another cut of 4% in trade today. Hexaware Tech is down 3, Niva Bupa down 3. We spoke about that. Trident, India Cements are just some of the casualties, along with Elecon Engineering, which is down 12.5%. So that's in a league of its own. Vodafone now perked up 8% in trade. Indus Towers perked up 4. BHEL, Mazagon Dock, Signature Global has bounced back after a couple of days of sulk. So Signature Global is up 2.5%. Garden Reach are just some of the big gainers. Hindustan Zinc, Data Patterns are also some of the gainers. Nalco also up 2%. So the Nifty Metal also bouncing back after that difficult day of trade yesterday. Kunal, what